Welcome everyone to EduFlux, and this is Learning with Problems question number 9. Previously we have given 8 questions based on network theory, and this is the ninth one. So without making any further ado, let us begin. So this is the question. The question goes like this. We have to find the currents I1, I2, I3 and I4. So the currents are marked like here. This is I1, this is current I2, this is current I2, this is current I3, and this is current I4. So we have to find the value of these currents. Also we have to calculate the power that is dissipated in each of the resistors, like this 12 ohm resistors, 8 ohm resistor and this 16 ohm. So this we have to calculate. So let us begin. Now before going into the problem, let me tell you a small thing. Whenever in a circuit you find long short circuit paths, always give node numbers. Like if I say here, this is a long short circuit path, right? This is a long short circuit path. Similarly this is another short circuit path, another short circuit path here. This is I3 is another short circuit path. So in short, we have to find the short circuit currents. So see, if I mark the first node as 1 and the same line is connecting to this point, so we mark this node as 1 as well. Similarly, the same wire connects to the third point, so we mark it as 1. Similarly, if this node is node number 2, this is again connected by a short circuit path, so we mark this as node 2 also. And the last point, this is again connected by a short circuit path, so we call this node 2. So always remember that whenever we are given long short circuit paths, we have to give node numbers. That actually makes the calculation lot easier. Now if you see carefully, all these resistors, whether I am talking about 12 ohm or 8 ohm or 16 ohm, all these resistors are connected by the same node pairs 1 and 2. All these resistances are connected between the same node pairs 1 and 2. So we can call them that they are in parallel. Similarly, if you take a closer look at the current sources, the 9 ampere current source and the 4 ampere current source, so these two are also connected between node 1 and node 2, right? So see, after giving this node numbers, we can clearly visualize the circuit. Now based on this, let us draw the rearranged form of the circuit. See, between node 1 and node 2 we have this 9 ampere current source. Again between 1 and 2 we have this 12 ohm, and 1 and 2 we have this 16 ohm. Actually the current between this 8 ohm is also between node 1 and 2 only. Just I have written it as V because I am going to calculate the voltage V here, so I have written it as V. Now in this circuit, let us apply nodal analysis. Now in nodal analysis, we know that node voltages are always given with reference to something. There is some reference voltage. So let us take this node as the reference node and the top node as the node voltage V. Now a simple application of KCL will give us V by 8, which is the current through the 8 ohm resistance, and V by 12, which is the current through the 12 ohm resistance, and V by 16, which is the current through the 16 ohm resistance. All these currents, these are supplied by these two sources, 9 ampere and 4 ampere, right? So we write V by 8 plus V by 12 plus V by 16 equals to 9 plus 4. And upon solving this is a very elementary equation. You can all solve this. After solving this, we find V equals to 48 volts. This V is volts, right? Now once we find the node voltage V, finding the power dissipated is nothing but a cakewalk, right? We all know power dissipated is given by V square by R. V square by R. So power dissipated by this 12 ohm resistance will be 48 square by 12. You can all calculate this value. I have not uh, calculated it. And power dissipated in 8 ohm resistance, which will be 48 square by 8. And the 16 I have left it for you. You please make your time and find the power dissipated by this 16 ohm resistance. Now the first part of our problem is done. We were told to find the power dissipated by each of this resistive element, so that we have calculated. The next task, we have to find the short circuit currents I1, I2, I3 and I4. Now for this, let us again go back to the parent circuit that we started with. Yeah, so in this circuit, see, we have already found the voltage V, right? So now between this nodes 1 and 2, between the nodes 1 and 2, the voltage is 48 volts. We have already calculated. So from here we can easily calculate the current through this 12 ohm resistance, which is 48 by 12, that is 4 amperes. Now if you see, can we not say that I1 is just the opposite of IA? So if IA is 4 amperes, then IA is 48 by 12. So it is 4 amperes. Now this I1 is just opposite to it, so I1 will be minus 4 ampere. Now apply nodal. See, I have marked these currents IA and IB for convenience, right? So we apply nodal here at node 2. We apply nodal at this point, node 2. We can see IA and IB are entering currents. IA and IB are entering currents, and it is nothing but I2. So I2 is nothing but IA plus IB. Now IA we already know it is 4 amperes, and IB, if you see, it is again the current between 1 and 2. So it is 48 by 8, which is 6 amperes. So the total current I2 will be 4 plus 6, that is 10 amperes. 4 plus 6, that is 10 amperes. Next, let us find current IC here. Let us find the current IC. Again, this IC current, see, it is flowing between node 1 and 2 only. So the voltage is 48 volts. So now we can understand how important was that node voltage calculation. Once we know the value of voltage, we can find the current through each of the branches quite easily. So again, IC will be 48 by 16. 48 by 16, that is 3 amperes. 3 amperes. See, I have calculated it. IC will be 48 by 16, that is 3 amperes. Again, if we apply nodal, at this point, you can see this 4 ampere current entering. And this current I3 also entering. So I3 plus 4 will become equals to IC, right? I3 plus 4 will be equals to IC. So So I can write 4 plus I3 equals to 3. So that gives us I3 equals to minus 1 ampere. So minus 1 ampere means actually the current is the direction of current that is shown here. It is the actual direction is the opposite, reverse. Now we have already found out I1, I2 and I3. Now let us come to the last calculation, that is for I4. Now let us apply nodal. Let us apply nodal at this point, at this node 2. Let us apply nodal at this point 2. So we can see this 9 ampere and 4 ampere current sources are leaving. Also the current I4 is leaving. So by applying KCL we can say that I2 is equals to 9 plus 4 plus I4. We have already calculated the value of I2. So from here I4 will be I2 minus 9 plus 4 is 13. So I4 will be I2 minus 13, that is 10 minus 13 equals to minus 3 amperes. So overall we have found all the values, that is I1 which is equals to minus 4 amperes, I2 equals to 10 amperes, I3 equals to minus 1 ampere and I4 equals to minus 3 amperes. So I hope you like the solution for this question. That will be all for this. Thank you.